So do you know which is effective, which is most effective as a form of advertising for your business? Is it trade exhibitions, newspapers, television commercials? Do you have a schedule? Do you keep an annual diary of advertising, things that you do throughout the year that promotes your business? Maybe like if you were a pool builder, perhaps you would push pools in the summertime and in the spring, but in the fall you might focus on something else. Maybe you have another side of the business where you do repair work. So it's kind of like, are you following a season where you advertise for certain things? I have a pool client that they do repair work, and so when it gets to be late in the season, they start focusing on running ads for heaters, because at that point, people want to swim for a little bit longer, but the water needs to be heated. Summertime, they might sell AC, which seems stupid to me since I live in Washington. We don't need AC in our water, but we do need heaters. But I have a pretty good pool cover, so I don't need that. My pool cover actually gets the water so hot, it's like 96 degrees. I couldn't believe it was the first year that I had my new cover. It's one of those electric covers, and I couldn't believe the heat transfer onto that water was just intense. So we literally have to keep the pool open a couple of nights a week just to cool the water down, in the summertime. Anyway, so there's not really a point in trying to win customers on that scattergun approach. So, you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall trying to make it stick. All it does is, it just wastes your money, and it doesn't really give you, it doesn't give you anything in return. It's just, throwing it down the drain. So it kind of goes back to researching your market. You want to know who they are, what their needs are, so that you can speak to that. So I'm going to go back for a quick minute before we wrap up, because we are coming to the end today. I mentioned above, do I know how successful my advertising really is? Meaning, how much return on investment are you getting for how much you're spending? And this is kind of a different sideways view of how marketing advertising works for or against you. So it's important to understand your KPIs. If you're working with an agency who's selling you on what is the best approach for your business and what you're selling, that's great, but they might not know, what the best approach is. They help all sorts of different people. Let's say that, you're working with a marketing agency and they do SEO, they do, let's say they do advertising, they do newspaper stuff, they do videos, maybe they do, what's that one that targeted, I can't think of the word though, the geo-targeting, but they have no idea really what's going to work for your business. So that's like they're throwing spaghetti at the wall. And so that's where your KPIs really come down to it. So I had a client back when COVID was around, and they are he's a hypnotist. And so they're part of the medical field.